Shahram Irani, early life and career overview. Full name: Rear Admiral Shahram Irani. Date of birth: 1967. Place of birth: Sanandai, Kurdistan Province. Iran. Ethnicity: religion: Kurdish Sunni. Notably, he is the first Sunni Muslim to command a top military branch in the Islamic Republic of Iran. Education and naval training: attended the Imam Khomeini Naval University in Nashr, a key institution for training Artesh naval officers. Completed advanced military courses at Iran's Command and Staff College, which shaped senior leadership across Iranian military services. Career milestones: rose through the ranks of the Artesh Navy, Iran's regular naval force, distinct from the IRGC Navy, held critical operational and command roles, commanded various warships within the Iranian fleet, gaining deep experience in both coastal and blue water operations. Led the Bandar Abbas Naval Zone, a major strategic area located near the Strait of Hormuz. Played a role in the historic 2012 Suez Canal mission, when Iranian warships crossed the Suez Canal for the first time since the 1979 revolution. A symbolic projection of power. Key traits and reputation: known within the military for being technically proficient, strategically minded, and non-ideological, which likely contributed to his appointment despite being a Sunni, seen as a modernizing figure, aiming to professionalize the Artesh Navy and expand its global reach through long-distance deployments and technological upgrades. Shahram Irani. Education and naval training: Naval Sciences University, Imam Khomeini Naval University, Nosharthis, is Iran's premier institution for training Artesh naval officers, located on the Caspian Sea. It provides a rigorous foundation in naval warfare, seamanship, and maritime strategy. Irani studied here early in his career, receiving formal naval officer training. Point 2. Command and Staff College Dafuz, Iran's Supreme National Defense University, Dafuz, is the elite training ground for senior military leaders across all branches. Irani completed advanced coursework here, focused on joint military operations, strategic planning, and command leadership. This qualification is typically required for promotion to flag officer. Admiral General ranks in the Iranian military. Additional military training, while detailed records are limited. Iranian naval officers of his generation often underwent specialized training in undersea warfare, electronic warfare, and long-range navigation. Operational simulations for blue water operations and asymmetric naval tactics, especially critical given Iran's emphasis on both coastal and open ocean capabilities. Shahram Irani's educational path reflects a classic Artesh officer's route, a balance of technical naval expertise, strategic military education, and operational experience. His career preparation stands in contrast to IRGC commanders, who tend to rise through ideological and battlefield credentials more than formal education. Shahram Irani. Career milestones: Rear Admiral Shahram Irani has built a distinguished career within the Artesh Navy, Iran's regular navy, separate from the IRGC, with a focus on professionalism, operational command, and long-range maritime presence. Key career highlights: shipboard and command roles, commanded various surface warships within the Artesh fleet during the early and middle stages of his career. Known for strong seamanship and naval leadership, he earned a reputation for discipline, technical knowledge, and mission focus. Bandar Abbas Naval Base Commander, took command of the Bandar Abbas Naval Zone, Iran's largest and most strategically important naval base near the Strait of Hormuz. This position gave him control over Iran's key southern fleet operations, including coastal defense and regional patrol missions. 2012 Suez Canal mission played a planning or command role in the historic 2012 Iranian Navy deployment through the Suez Canal, first such passage since 1979. This was a symbolic and strategic move, signaling Iran's ambition to project power in the Mediterranean and beyond. Strategic leadership: appointed commander of the Artesh Navy 2021. Present date of appointment: August 17, 2021. Appointed by Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei, succeeding Rear Admiral Hossein Khanzadi, became the first Sunni Muslim and first ethnic Kurd to command a branch of Iran's armed forces, a significant political and symbolic shift. Transformation of naval doctrine under his leadership. The Artesh Navy has shifted focus toward blue water capabilities, launching long-distance missions to the Atlantic, Indian, and Pacific Oceans, expanding joint operations with countries like Russia, China, and Venezuela, promoting the idea of ocean-going strategic commands and mobile offshore bases. Noteworthy accomplishment: 86th Flotilla Global Deployment. 2022 to 2023 oversaw Iran's first full circumnavigation of the globe by a Naval Task Force Dina frigate and Makran forward-based ship, marked Iran's ambitions to be seen as a global naval actor, not just a regional power. Shahram Irani, key traits and reputation. Rear Admiral Shahram Irani is viewed as a transformative figure within Iran's conventional military.
That's right.
Known for blending professionalism with strategic modernization. His unique background and leadership style have drawn attention both inside and outside Iran's armed forces. Key traits: technocratic and professional, seen as a career officer rather than an ideologue, emphasizes technical proficiency. Maritime doctrine and fleet modernization, promotes officer education, long-range planning, and structured training programs, unusual in a system where ideological loyalty often trumps merit. Strategically bold, advocates for Iran's blue water naval expansion, shifting from coastal defense to global naval presence, pushes for ambitious missions like transoceanic deployments and joint naval drills with major powers, for example, Russia, China. Nationalist but inclusive, despite being a Sunni Kurd, he has been embraced by the Shia-dominated Iranian military hierarchy, often framed by state media as a symbol of national unity, potentially to counter ethnic and sectarian tensions within Iran. His appointment is widely viewed as politically calculated to project diversity within the Islamic Republic's armed forces. Disciplined and reserved in, like many IRGC commanders, who are media-savvy and rhetorically aggressive, Irani is known for being measured, reserved, and policy-focused in public statements. This restrained communication style mirrors the Artesh's general doctrine of professionalism over propaganda. Reputation inside Iran within the Artesh, highly respected by peers for reviving the navies. Prestige and operational reach. In the political sphere, seen as a safe, loyal, and stabilizing choice for a politically sensitive branch of the military among the public. His Kurdish and Sunni identity is often used in media to highlight inclusiveness, though his actual autonomy is limited by the centralized command. Under Supreme Leader Khamenei, reputation internationally, Western analysts view him as a non-IRGC counterbalance within Iran's military, more aligned with conventional naval norms. Seen as a strategist, not a provocateur focusing on naval power projection over guerrilla style. Operations favored by the IRGC Navy, Shahram Irani, strategic vision, and naval expansions since becoming commander of Iran's Artesh Navy in 2021. Rear Admiral Shahram Irani has spearheaded an ambitious overhaul of the Islamic Republic's conventional naval strategy. His vision marks a sharp shift from regional coastal defense to global maritime presence, positioning Iran as a blue water naval force. Strategic Vision 1. From green water to blue water. Traditionally, Iran's Artesh Navy operated near its shores, focused on defense of the Persian Gulf, Gulf of Oman, and Caspian Sea. Under Irani, the Navy has expanded its mission to operate in the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans, signaling a shift to blue water capabilities. He refers to this as a move toward strategic oceanic commands, enabling Iran to protect maritime interests far from home too. Maritime sovereignty and strategic depth. Irani promotes the idea that Iran must be able to influence maritime security beyond the Strait of Hormuz. The strategy supports Iran's goal to counterbalance U.S. and allied naval presence, especially in key choke points like Bab el-Mandeb, the Red Sea, and South Atlantic. Key initiatives in naval expansion. 1. Global Deployments 86th Flotilla, 2022 to 2023, under Irani's command. The Iranian Navy completed its first circumnavigation of the globe. With Dina, a frigate, and Macron, a mobile-based ship, Iranian ships have visited ports in Brazil, Indonesia, Sri Lanka, and the Suez Canal. Strong geopolitical statement. 2. Forward naval bases and mobile platforms advocated for development of mobile offshore bases, particularly using converted oil tankers like the Macron. These are designed to act as floating logistics hubs to support long-range missions. 3. Joint naval exercises expanded cooperation with Russia, China, and India in joint naval drills, aiming to improve operational readiness, build maritime diplomacy networks, signal multipolar resistance to U.S. dominance at sea. 4. Technological modernization prioritized radar upgrades, stealth vessel designs, and indigenous shipbuilding, like the Sahan-class destroyers, emphasized autonomous systems. Cyber-naval integration and improved long-range communication networks for fleet coordination. Strategic goals under Irani Project. Iranian naval power into the Atlantic and beyond, build deterrence through conventional maritime. Presence not just asymmetric threats. Counterbalance. IRGC's maritime dominance by professionalizing the Artesh, expand Iran's strategic influence. Through naval diplomacy and port visits,